In a tranquil village far from the busy cities, where the night sky is filled with countless stars, a small kitten named Mio was born. Mio, along with his siblings, spent his early days nestled warmly with their mother. Every evening, while his siblings were content with play and rest, Mio felt a deep fascination with the night sky. The stars seemed to whisper to him, calling him to explore beyond the familiar, to discover what lay in the vast unknown. His dreams were filled with the desire to soar through the skies, to see the world from above, beyond the reach of any other cat. Mio's family noticed his nightly habit of gazing at the stars but didn't fully understand the depth of his longing. To them, the village was all they needed, a safe, comforting world full of love. But for Mio, the stars represented something more. They were a promise of adventure, a gateway to a life beyond the small, peaceful village he knew. Despite his tender age, Mio's heart was filled with a strong determination to one day break free from the confines of his world and reach the stars. As Mio grew, so did his yearning for adventure. The village, with its quiet rhythms and familiar sights, began to feel too small. One evening, drawn by the pull of the stars, Mio ventured to the edge of the village, where the dense forest began. The forest was a place of mystery and, to some, danger. But to Mio, it was the first step toward the world beyond. Entering the forest, Mio felt both fear and excitement. The trees loomed tall, their branches forming a canopy that filtered the moonlight into soft, scattered beams. As he moved deeper into the woods, the sounds of the night, rustling leaves, distant animal calls, filled his ears. Every shadow seemed to hold a secret, every sound a challenge. But Mio pressed on, driven by the dream that had taken root in his heart. As he navigated through the underbrush, Mio encountered an old, wise owl perched on a low branch. The owl, with its piercing eyes, seemed to see right through Mio. "What brings you here, young one?" the owl asked in a deep, resonant voice. Mio, though startled, felt compelled to answer. "I want to see the world beyond the stars," he said, his voice filled with determination. The owl studied Mio for a moment, then nodded slowly. "The path you seek is fraught with challenges. But if you are brave and true, you may find what you seek. The stars are your guide. Trust in them, and they will show you the way." With these words, the owl took flight, leaving Mio alone once more. But Mio was no longer afraid. He had taken the first step on his journey, and he knew that the path ahead, though uncertain, was the only one that could lead him to his dream. As Mio ventured deeper into the forest, he soon discovered that the journey would not be one he could undertake alone. The forest was home to many creatures, and among them, Mio found 3 who would become his closest companions. The first was a quick and clever mouse named Rita. Rita knew the forest like the back of her paw and could navigate its most intricate paths with ease. She found Mio struggling to find his way through a dense thicket and offered to guide him. Grateful for the help, Mio accepted, and together they made their way through the forest. Rita's sharp instincts and knowledge of the forest proved invaluable, and Mio quickly came to rely on her. Next, they met Alto, a wise rabbit who lived in a quiet grove. Alto was different from Rita, where she was quick and energetic. Alto was calm and contemplative. He spent his days reading and thinking, and his knowledge of the world was vast. When Mio explained his quest, Alto agreed to join them, bringing with him a wealth of wisdom. He taught Mio about the stars, the seasons, and the natural world, deepening Mio's understanding of the journey ahead. Finally, they encountered Lou, a steady and reliable tortoise. Lou spoke little but his actions spoke volumes. When the group faced a difficult challenge, crossing a fast-moving river, it was Lou who suggested the solution. Using his strong shell, Lou ferried each of them across safely, showing that even the slowest and quietest among them had great strength. With Rita, Alto, and Lou by his side, Mio felt more confident than ever. Together, they formed a close-knit team, each contributing their unique strengths to the group. Mio, who had begun his journey alone, now had friends who shared his dream and supported him at every turn. The journey continued, and as they traveled, the challenges became greater. The path grew steeper, the nights colder, and the dangers more real. But Mio and his friends faced each challenge head-on, their bond growing stronger with each obstacle they overcame. One night they reached the base of a towering mountain. The peak was shrouded in mist, and the path ahead was treacherous. But they knew that to continue their journey, they had to climb. Rita, ever the optimist, wanted to start immediately, while Alto advised caution. Lou, as always, was ready for whatever came next. Mio decided they should rest and prepare before attempting the climb. As they sat around the campfire, Alto shared stories of past explorers who had attempted to scale the mountain. "The mountain is a test," he said. "It will push you to your limits, but the view from the top is worth it. It's as if you're standing among the stars." The next morning, they began their ascent. The climb was grueling, the air thin and cold, but Mio felt his wings growing stronger with each step. He began to believe that when they reached the top, he might finally be able to fly. When they reached the summit, the view was breathtaking. The stars seemed close enough to touch, and Mio felt a deep connection to them. He spread his wings and leapt into the air. But despite his hopes, he wasn't able to fly. He glided for a moment before landing softly back on the ground. Disappointed, Mio's heart sank. But his friends were quick to reassure him. "Don't give up, Mio," Rita said. "You've come so far already. Just because it didn't happen today doesn't mean it won't happen tomorrow." Alto added, "Dreams take time, Mio. You've made incredible progress. Keep believing in yourself." Mio, though disappointed, refused to give up. He knew that this was just one step on his journey, and with the support of his friends, he would keep moving forward. After their climb, Mio felt a strong urge to return home. He missed his family and wanted to share his experiences with them. The journey had taught him so much, but there was still more to learn. And he knew that home was the place to begin. Mio shared his feelings with his friends, who agreed that it was time to return. They had each grown during their journey and felt ready to face whatever came next. The journey back to the village was filled with a mixture of joy and sadness. The friends knew they would miss each other, but they also knew their bond would endure. When they reached the village, Mio was greeted with open arms by his family. His mother embraced him, tears of joy in her eyes, and his siblings gathered around, eager to hear his stories. Mio shared his adventures, the challenges, the friends he made, and the lessons he learned. His family listened in awe, proud of the kitten who had grown so much in such a short time. Mio knew that his journey was far from over. His dream of flying was still alive, and he was more determined than ever to make it a reality. But for now, he was content to be home, surrounded by those who loved him. One night, after settling back into village life, Mio decided to visit the wise old owl one last time. He wanted to thank the owl for its guidance and seek any final advice. As he walked through the familiar forest, he reflected on all that had happened since he first set out on his journey. When he reached the ancient oak tree, the owl was there, perched on the same branch. "Welcome back, young one," the owl said. "You have grown." Mio nodded. "I've learned so much, but I still haven't been able to fly." The owl gazed at him thoughtfully. "Flying is about more than just wings. It's about the strength of your heart. Trust in yourself, and the stars will guide you." Mio thanked the owl and returned home, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. That night, he looked up at the stars, knowing that his dream was within reach. He spread his wings, feeling the cool night air, and knew that one day soon, he would soar among the stars. With his family and friends by his side, and the stars to guide him, Mio knew that his journey was just beginning.